Well, thank you for being here tonight, and welcome to this. But this is yours. Every one of you is it. So it's about you. It's not about this, me, him, him. It's about you. It's about your true self, your real self. I find it very difficult to talk, actually. The more I practice, the more I want to shut up. Not because there's nothing to say, but because the 10,000 saints are always teaching the Dharma. Cars in the streets, water in the pipes, gas in the belly. Very eloquent, very, very beautiful. There's a say in our tradition, something that goes like, cloud passes, and the blue mountain appears. Now you might have noticed, if you are new to this practice, and as soon as you sit, you're in a fucking mess. Your mind is in a mess. Your body is in a mess. Why are we in a mess? Because we are always in a mess, but we don't even notice. 10,000 thoughts every day. It's coming and going, and we don't even notice how messy we are. So the job of being a Buddha starts with noticing the mess, not just enjoying the nirvana, not floating in a wonderful space, not being utterly happy, utterly comfortable, just noticing the mess, taking care of the mess, developing compassion with this mess, just looking at it, not judging it, just tasting it and releasing it. So we shouldn't take this practice too personally. If you're in a mess, that's all right. I'm in a mess. I mean, I've got 10,000 thoughts when I sit with you. I'm not different from you. I also have discomfort in my body. It's not always easy. Maybe I'm just very patient with it, and I allow it to be, because I know that that very cloud passing makes the blue mountain beautifully appear. Now you might also know that when you climb a mountain, the mountain disappears. There's a very famous poem of Li Po that says something like that at the end. Actually, I love that poem. It says, I sit on the mountain until only the mountain remains. This is a practice of no self. This is a practice of not trying to judge, grasp, reject, but just to be with what is. And we are not supposed to be aware of our enlightened activity. We're not supposed to be able to stare at it, watch it and say, oh wow, what a wonderful Buddha I made. We are invited just to take things as they are, passing and going. Nothing special. just a simple cloud passes and the blue mountain appears. So what is a blue mountain? The blue mountain is your true self. My true self actually is the universe true self. Blue mountain is just a metaphor, but it's also a reality. This is Blue Mountain. And in Buddhism, we do not make blue mountains with thoughts or wishes. We let it express itself in spite of all that confusion we are, and also because of all that confusion. Clouds make mountains. Without clouds, no mountain. Without thoughts, no zazen. When I was a bit younger, 30 or 40 years ago, I used to think, oh, I wish to have a beautiful blue sky in my mind, to have a big blue sky in my body, to turn my whole body into a sort of wild and beautiful sky, cloudless. And then gradually I understood, not understood with my head, but my practice, that these clouds, they make the mountain, and they make the scenery, the beautiful scenery, appear, manifest. Mountains are made by clouds. So no need to wipe clouds, polish the mirror to take the dust away. Just enjoy this. This is you too. And the very body of clouds tastes like mountains. Same essence, same core, same stuff. Now this beautiful person that's left us is still with us. She is us. She is me. Whether you stay or you leave, this is what happens now, here. So I'd like to invite you to come and meet this in front of me. So could you put a mat? That'd be great. And please, don't hesitate to come to ask a question if you have one, or to share something, an impression, anything. You are most welcome. And I promise this is not to hit you. This is to greet you. This belongs to you, actually. Any Buddha? Anybody? Please welcome her.
So when a thought's clear for a moment and you just have this, that is no improvement, no better, no different than when the mind is full of thoughts. Is this correct?
Yeah, well, I see what you mean. You've got the idea that in between two thoughts is a wonderful blue sky.
Yeah.
And the game is to stretch the blue sky and make the thoughts more and more distant from one another, all right?
In a way.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, no, it's not an improvement. Sometimes it happens, and sometimes it doesn't happen, and it's okay. If we stop judging our practice, this is the true no thought. Thought or without thought, it's okay. It is the way it is. So as you sit, just accept what comes, what goes.
I have one follow-on question.
Oh, as many as you wish.
So, so if your mind is full of thoughts,
Yeah.
what makes something practice and what makes it not practice? Is it an awareness of the thoughts? Or when you're daydreaming, is that practice as well?
Well, that's a good thought, and it's a good question. Yeah, I would say that being aware of the mess is practice
It's practice.
already, and it's what practice is about. You know, in Genjo Kwan, Dogen says the people enlightened about their delusion are Buddhas. The people deluded about their enlightenment are ordinary people. This is the idea. So eventually you would understand and you will realize that thoughts of no thoughts, it's the same. And there's no difference between you, a Buddha, and a beginner. And it's very hard to take. It's very hard to believe. But nobody asks you to believe. The path is about experiencing this reality. It's not about believing in something. It's just tasting the full scope of it. Just you get the meal and you eat it. So from day one, you are it. Whatever you do, as you sit, you're it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, by the way, have you read Dogen Shobogenzo about mountain walking?
No.
Because I saw a mountain walking in my direction, and it sat in front of me. Beautiful blue mountain indeed. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
Recently,
Yes.
I had some experiences with the thought and the energy of
If you want to, you can say it in French.
in French. Thank you. But I will try in English.
Right. Okay.
Better. Thank you. The time in between the action, the thought, the action, and the energy. Je vais faire en français. I will do that in French. Je vais mettre là. Dans les pensées, il y a beaucoup de séparation entre l'action et l'idée.
Right. She says that in thinking, in thoughts, there are lots of gaps between
L'action,
Action.
la pensée, l'idée et l'action.
between idea and action. Right. What do you mean by that? Qu'est-ce que tu veux dire par là?
Que récemment, de ne plus avoir eu, de laisser de temps entre l'idée et l'action, de passer directement à l'action, ça libère une énergie
Ah.
immédiate.
All right. So you're saying that if you leave no gap between idea and acting on the idea, it frees a terrific energy.
And yeah, can be joy, can be
Okay.
many things.
Okay.
And I feel that like when you instantly do the cards or the and I don't know if it's a question, but I think there is something true in that, in these experiences. It's not enlightenment, but I don't know if it's enlightenment or not, but yeah, there is something.
What do you want to have get enlightenment? You are enlightenment itself. Okay. So enlightened activity, according to Dogen, is is letting things spring out of you. And of course we spend an enormous amount of energy, filtering, resisting, holding on, controlling, wishing, pushing, forcing, judging. We interfere all the time. So the Dharma has that quality of stop interfering with things, just let things out. But of course, if you do it fully, entirely, it could be very messy. So we have form, we have a discipline in which we do things, we sit in a way, we move in a dojo in a certain way. So it keeps a sense of wa, harmony. But you're right. If you let things, if you trust your inner nature and you express things freely, then it becomes really, really interesting and very energizing. Yeah. So you discovered that recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it seems to be new thing, not fault. Des pensées répétitives, en fait, elles ont beaucoup moins d'énergie que ce qui est nouveau et qui vient de ce fait de laisser tout ça.
So she said that repetitive thoughts, thoughts we are obsessed with, just repeat themselves, have less energy than that kind of way of just, so, and you act. Okay, so how much gap is there between thinking and doing? What's the gap between thinking and doing? Is there a gap? Is there a distance?
Sometimes there is a lot of distance.
Oh yeah.
And and when there is it's done. The past is done. There is only the present.
Can you show me the present now? Can you grasp it? Take it.
No.
This is an interesting idea because there is a lot of things about now and the present. It's a complete fiction. There is nothing called present. Just like nothing like past and nothing like future. Your real time is called the timeless. Because if you say now, it's already gone.
Yeah.
You see? Alright? So you just the timeless, expressing itself through wonderful ways, called present, conscious of present, past, future, but that's just the timeless. That's why our friend and teacher said before, it was no time, no transmission.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't belong to time at all. Okay? Now what is this? Yes, you see.
Transmission.
What is this? That's much better. So I say again, what is this? Thank you. Thank you. Much better. Take care.